Okay, then. I said I'd go on 7 o'clock. I'm a little early, but I'm trying to get everything set up. I don't know what that means over there. I'm just going to cancel it. Maybe it'll go away. Here we go. It's going away. All right, here we go. Get everything running. Here we go. Turn all that down. All right. I had a busy day today. I'll pick that up when. Let's see. We went first and looked to see if that guy about that camping trailer. Well, that didn't work out. So then we went to Costco's. We looked at some things in Costco's. Decided no, we didn't want to do that. Then we went to Cabela's, and then we done our business there. And then we decided we'd go home, and I cooked scrambled eggs, biscuits, gravy, the whole 9 yards. And now I did all that. Oh, we went to Dollar General to get Chris dog food and something else, and we seen the local sheriff, police officer, I guess that's what they call them, local police officer, stop a guy and a woman and a little dog. In our town, it's one of them towns you just can't drive through without, if you're not a resident, because 9 times out of 10 you're gonna get stopped. One of them kind of days for that poor people. If they got a 65-mile-an-hour zone, and then as soon as you go a couple of car lengths, it goes down to 35. And it just pops up on you faster than you can say scat. Ain't no way you can drop down from 65 to 35 in 2 car lengths, about a little over 2 car lengths or so. So they got you for speeding. I don't care if you slam on the brakes, you still probably going faster than 35. It's one of those things. I don't know what this is doing. I got to see what this thing is doing. Go away and stay off. I think it's upgrading or something. I don't know what it's doing. Yeah, my day was something else. Like I said, I ain't gonna say this town's prejudiced, but I guarantee you, if you're black, you're gonna get stopped before you get to the other end of it. It's only like 5 blocks long. Coming in from the other way is just as bad. You pounce over the railroad. 65, you hit the railroad tracks, and then it's 35. Don't they believe in 55, 45 and slow you down before you get there? No. Then as you're on the other direction, you're right there in town. They got a 65, a 35, and then you ain't going 10 foot and it's 25. So, and then they'll get you. I guess that's the way they make their money. I got everything working here. Yeah, I got one person watching. The phone says one person. I guess that's me and I got my phone on so I can read the comments because I can't see the screen from here. I got my. Let's see what else we did today. That's about it. Cabela's, it was pretty nice. We got some stuff there. And then I didn't buy that cookware. I thought about it, but I bought some other odds and ends. And then at then Costco's, no, I think U.S. Foods beats Costco food all to pieces. And I don't need any of that other crap they got. Just don't need it. It's been a busy day. They should put a sign out on the outside of our town, Black Lives Matter, as long as they got money. Because that's they guarantee you they're going to stop them. I don't know if it's prejudiced or not, but thank God I'm not black, I guess. Not that I'd mind the color. I just wouldn't want to be stopped every time you go through. Look at this thing. It's got some of that elastic spring. I think I'll make a necklace out of it. It's got a stretchy cord. Yeah, it would work. Just tighten a knot. That way you can stretch it over your head. I can stretch it over your whole body. Yep, I got tagged by Granny Moreno. 40 questions. I might do them. like I said, most people, they've had a day like any other day. I'm going to be home for a couple of days now. I can guarantee you that because the weather's turning bad. Supposed to sleet, ice, and snow, and all the other good stuff. So I ain't gonna be doing that. Actually got my computer out. Here's my bag. I got 2 or 3 of the small computers. Uh, then I got some bigger ones. And another thing, I looked at them computers at Costco. They were, and we're talking Ace computers. We're not talking anything fancy. I would, like I said, I wouldn't pay twice the price just because it comes from Costco, even though it's just like one of those. I ain't gonna do it. You'd be better off if you order a computer online. I buy these crazy flashlights. I got so many of them standing here. I got 4 right here in case the power goes out. I got 2 of these. They're magnetic. Yep, they're magnetic. Then I got this one. Oh, this is my taser one. I think everybody needs one of them. And then I got this one that charges on USB. And I can always carry another one with me. I think everybody needs to have a hobby. I've got 2 or 3 of them. I don't know where they accomplish anything, but keeps my mind busy. I think in society nowadays, there ain't no room for prejudice of any kind. If you don't like somebody's, so on and so forth, we got just mind your own business. I thought about going back to the mountains, but I don't know. It's the weather is starting to get cold up there. It's been snowing in Minnesota. Mine was up in northern Nevada, up in by Salt Lake, up past Salt Lake City, up in Utah, and right on the Idaho border. So it does get cold up around 7,000 or 8,000 feet. So it does. And here, I don't like the cold weather. I looked at the place in Arizona. It was 10 acres, but that 113 to 120 during the summer, I can't take that. I might stay there in the winter. And let's see, we ain't had a good, decent spring and fall in Oklahoma. It jumps right in from a winter right into summer. I don't, and that's just too hot. And then spring, if it goes from winter to summer, no spring. Right now, we should have fall till like January, a couple of months of fall. We don't have it. It's like freezing or hot. And it went from hot to freezing. Yep, that's what happens. And I guess I could live in Hawaii where it rains every day and the wind blows every day. Where was your best vacation? I want to say the Antarctica. You didn't even have to go outside that place. It's too cold. No, I would say my base on a cruise ship headed to the Caribbean, probably. Yeah, Tahiti or someplace like that. On a cruise, I'd say. I like cruise ships. Yeah, I mean, you can get a plane fare now for $100 to take you into Las Vegas. I mean, the places I like to go see is visiting the little islands or something like that. Not so much the big ports, but the little ones is what's really nice. And seeing how the cultures of other people, how they live. It's like, was it Mark Twain that says, basically, if you travel, you couldn't be prejudiced because narrow-mindedness and bigotry? Yeah. That's what I'm telling you. I can put the string up. I'll be playing with it. Yeah, you need to look at other people and their cultures as that's their way of life. Now you can adopt some of the good ways and good points of everybody's culture. You know, that's like, the Chinese invented, what the world is this? Got some Morse chords. Uh, invented noodles, but I think the Italians sort of perfected it. The pastas. They claim the Chinese invented it, so who knows? Yes. Well, he run into the wall. Big boy, let's do not tear down that divider again. That dog needs shot half the time. He's using his big bruiser body to tear down the divider between the kitchen and the front room so they can go in there and pilfer. So I'll have to stop to that. That's the way dogs are, though. They want to get into everything. Big boy's he's dragging his blanket on. They shook it off. Well, like I said, today was pretty exciting. I seen that black man and white woman get pulled over. And you know what was so funny about that? As soon as they whipped into the the Dollar General, we sat there, and the police officer pulled right behind them. And it wasn't 2 minutes. The record was there. And I'm saying, hell, it's like it was all rigged or something. I mean, the record was there within 2 minutes. We wasn't at the Dollar General 10 minutes. And that was the whole arrest and everything. And then, of course, they didn't arrest him. They got him for speed. That's what happened. Of course, like I said, that speed traffic from 65 to 35 will catch you every time if you ain't got you'd have to slam on the brakes. Or realize you're going into a town and start slowing down ahead of time, which nobody does. Went to Mexico many years ago. Was that old Mexico? I'm sure it was. Well, I need to get back east. Northeast is pretty good. I don't like southeast too much. I don't know, maybe not at southeast, New York area. I don't. Upper New York's fine. New York, no, not so much. Chicago, not so much. I don't like big towns. I don't like Reno, Nevada. I'd rather be there than I would Las Vegas. I just don't care about big towns and the city atmosphere. I mean, Houston, Dallas, Fort Worth. I mean, yeah, they got museums, Los Angeles, San Diego. I just like the out of the way place. I mean, I don't care. I mean, a lot of people say, well, you can go to the opera, you can go to the ballet. I've seen all that crap. To me, I'd rather just go out there in the middle of the national forest and just sit down and relax. I'm here. That's what I'd say. I'm here. I just like that. But like I said, Mexico, I went to school years and years ago down in Mexicali, Calamex. It was right on the border. One side was California and Mexico, and the other side was Mexico, California. That's where I went to high school years and years ago. So we used to ditch classes and go over the border to Mexico. So I've been to Mexico quite a few times. I like Costa Rica. They got the ancient big balls. They don't know what caused them, who made them, or whatever. And way up in the mountains you're away from the tourists, you're away from everybody. It's just basically how the Costa Ricans live. So I mean, it's that place. The Bahamas, it's all basically where's your money, wallet, this, that, and the other, blah blah blah. In the younger set likes to go to the Bahamas. It's like they go to Baja, Mexico, or places like that. I like to stay where the old groups go. More quiet, down to earth. A lot of novelty shops. I need to shave is what I need to do. Yep. Today was quite a day. We went to a couple of department stores. I didn't get very much stuff. Probably show that on a later video what I got. And I didn't. I wasn't. Costco's all right. Cabela's, it's all right. But for a quick run in and run out, Dollar General or Dollar Tree or something like that, I'd rather go there. And I'll tell you what, you can order a lot better stuff sometimes on Amazon than you can. What I like to do is go to like a big department store, and then I look at what they got. Then I decide, well, I'd like to have one of them. Instead of paying 20 to 30% more, I'll write down the information or take a video of it, a picture, and then I'll get on Amazon and I'll find the same item for probably 15 to 30% less. And they can bring it to my door. Bring it to your door. I'm glad we bought them generators. I think between me and Chris has got 4 or 5. I can't remember. 3, 4, 5. Yeah, he's got 5, and I got about 8 or 9. So if the power goes out, we should have plenty of juice. Chris says that ice storm hits. That ice storm here hit. Oh, it's been 7 or 8 years ago, and it hit, and everybody was out of power for 6 weeks. Is crime high in Oklahoma? Not where I live, but it can be. Yeah. In the ocean, over the ocean. I like sailing on the ocean myself. I'll tell you where I wanted to go was up to Washington. I wanted to go up to Washington and get on a ferry with my RV, and it'll take me right into Alaska. And that way you don't have to even drive through Canada. Yeah, I think they drive on the side of the road anyway. But like I said, you can get on a ferry, I think 6-7 hours, and you can be already in Alaska rather than drive all the way. Maybe it's a day and a half. I can't remember. It's been a long time. I think it's a couple of days on the boat, something like that. But you leave out of Washington, then they go out in the ocean, and come right back around to Alaska. Yeah, I don't know where now I'd want to go over it, because the last time a friend of mine went, and I was going to go, his ship got laid over on its side out there in the ocean for about 5 or 6 weeks. It listed, they called it. I don't want to be out there and trapped in the ocean either. And then them other people that had the COVID, they wouldn't let them back on American soil, and they were American citizens. I didn't like that either. So I think I'd wait a while before I went on a trip out the water. I think I'll stay in the continental United States. That means no trip to Alaska or Hawaii. Or the American Samoa. That'd be a place I need to go see. America Samoa. We got a lot of islands we own. There's territory like Puerto Rico is our territories. We got a lot of islands we own too. So you still stay on American soil. I have to wait to see that till it. Yeah, Alaska would be nice in the spring or in the summer. You don't want the winters. It's too hot. Too cold. It's like freezing, 60 below zero, bad as the Antarctica. You couldn't even allow, on a blizzard day in the Antarctica, you wasn't even allowed to go outside. Was not allowed to go outside. Your breath would freeze. If you decide to throw water away or urinate, it'd freeze on you. So you really wasn't allowed to go outside, even spit. Anything that had any liquids was frozen immediately. Immediately. Your eyelashes would freeze together. You could just break off your mustache. It'd freeze because of the condensation in your mask or your face shield. You could just break off your mustache. That's how frozen it would be in the Antarctica. Alaska gets cold, so does Siberia. But the Antarctica, unbelievable. Yeah, to me, I think I like living in the United States. A lot of people want, live in a foreign country. Well, I've done that a few times. There ain't nothing as grand as the old US of A. We're glad this election crap's over with. The COVID gets behind us, and this, that, and the other. Yes, that virus. I hope next summer is really grand. I mean, and people enjoy themselves getting out, visiting relatives, going to places they haven't been, and the virus is way behind us. I mean, it has been here way too long. I mean, if we should have got on the vaccine the first day. The first day we should have tried to find a vaccine. I don't know whether they did, but it don't seem like they've even trying. They had a lot of maybe this will work, maybe that'll work, but I mean they really need a true vaccine. By the way, I've got to take my flu shot and check on my pneumonia shot this year. I get a flu shot every year, and I ain't had the flu in 15 years, maybe 20 years. So there you go. So that flu vaccine must work pretty good. I painted a little bit the other day. Nothing, just painting them little bitty hoops that I make. Next, see that scarring? I'm glad it gets over with. Supposed to wear a handkerchief around my neck when I get out in the weather, cold or the sun shining on it. That's what I should do, but like most people, I don't get it done. Yeah, I don't get it done. Chris is in there playing with these puppies. Said he's going to take a nap. I don't know. I got 4 people watching. That's what it says anyway. One of them's me, so I got 3 people watching. There you go. Okay. A lot of people want some great big old channels. I don't think I would want one. That's one reason I haven't monetized. I think I might monetize just to put it on my PayPal card so that they will. Maybe I can make $4 a month because they take $4 or $5 a month out of my PayPal card. That's the thing where they bite you. Let's see here. What's that? There's the light. You have to flip a switch in the back. I bought this at Cabela's. It's got a light. See there, light. Then it's got this. That's how you make your dogs mind. No, I'm just teasing. My dogs, they don't even look at me anymore playing with junk. But it's supposed to be, I don't know how many watts this is. I forget to read the paper. I better did I turn it off? Yes. I shocked myself once with this thing, playing with it. But it's a taser. That's what they call it. I started saying laser. Chris got a laser to blind you. Tells you to burn your retinas out of your eyeballs. Well, come on. Might as well. I got a doctor that's supposed to come. Let's see, a couple of scientists, me counting one. Nutritionist. I like the nutritionist. That way they can learn how to cook. All the good preps you got. My dogs ain't eating well. They'd rather eat scraps than they would their dog food. If it hits the fan, they better learn how to eat their dog food. Yeah, I believe everybody should have enough to last, 6 months to a year. By then, surely some government will take over. That's my motto. Some government will take over. I think this election is terrible this year. Have I ever heard people talk so bad about Republicans and Democrats and everybody? I mean, really? We're all Americans. Act like we're using the word Democrat or the word Republicans a dirty word. No, it ain't. It's just conservative and liberals. Now, there's conservative liberals and liberal conservatives. Everybody's got their own point of view. I think just saying Democrat or saying Republican, I decided I want to be an independent. That's what I decided to put my status under as an independent. Because I'm somewhat conservative and I'm somewhat liberal. And I think everybody's that way. For the party line, no, I vote for the best person I think can run the country. That's my motto. Or woman. Or hell, anybody. I wanted to vote for Santa Claus. They wouldn't let me. He gives presents and you don't have to jack with him once a year at Christmas time. My grandkids got a kick out of that. Yeah, they wanted to vote for Santa Claus too. I don't blame them. I decided in my ambulance I'm going to take the big bed out, the twin bed, and make a couch that lets down to a twin bed. But it's going to have to warm up. It's going to be awful cold tonight. Well, thank you. I feel pretty good too. I feel pretty good. Get out and do something where you won't turn up. Supposed to go pick up my new recliner. Chris didn't feel like going over there today after we've been so many places. I got the hiccups. So many places, so I said, I'll get it. It's paid for, so let's go get it. I should have had it delivered, but I didn't. The main thing's getting it in and out. I'm going to throw a love seat away and another, we are through one chair away. Hello, Grandpa, huh? Who's that? I see who that is. How do you go to the channel? Guess not. Trying to read all this stuff. You bet we all need to get along, really. I mean, come on, we're all Americans. We've all been through hell and high water. COVID, the mask. I can't even see nobody's face anymore. And hell, who knows what they look like. You don't know where a person's smiling at you or not. And I don't like the idea, well, we live in a conservative state. No, we live in a liberal state. No, you might have a Democrat or Republican running in office or that, but everybody is an individual, and they are too. They all got their own agendas. Don't fool yourself. I don't know whatever happened here. Oh, I'm sort of tired. I don't want. Oh, my neck's burning. I don't like to push my opinion on anybody, religion or political or point of view on anybody. I think they got their own. Once they get a certain age, they usually get their own. And that's the best thing to do. You raise your children to be independent. I mean, I don't think it's a right thing to do to raise your children. Now, religion's one thing. I want them to believe in God. Now, do they want to be Baptist, Methodist, Pentecostal, holiness, Catholic, or whatever? As long as they believe in God, I'm good with that. Now, for raising them up to be as a Democrat or a Republican, I want them to be their own person. And they need to be their own person. You don't want a kid, what should I do? What should I do? Now, hell no, you don't want that shit. You want them to have their own opinions. And that's the way I look at stuff. I'm going to start putting monitors in, I guess. Let them make the decisions, what they want to listen to and what they want to read. I thought to myself, I don't monetize. I don't beg for money. I'm pretty self-efficient. And I let everybody be whatever they want to be. And I still get a troll or two or three. I laugh. I just think it's all funny. Well, this thing here is good. It's called the guard dog. I said, I had this thing in my pocket, and I had this switch on, and I hit this button. There's a button right here on the side right here, and it pressed up against my leg, and it shocked the fuck out of me. Oh, I thought it was funny. It's got a light in it. It's got, let's see, it's got 2 or 3 lights. But like I said, we give you time to think about it. I've got a great big one that'll knock them down, but I don't know how many thousands of votes that thing is, but I don't want to kill nobody. There's always decided, boy, hush. He hears that thing go off. There's nobody here. He's looking at the door thinking, oh, Chris is coming back this way. How many people is watching? Well, we got 7 of them. That's my lucky number. Who's out there is really wanting this election to hurry up and go by? I'm number 1. Got 8 or 9 more days. It'd probably be 2 months before we find out who's going to be president. And so many people have already voted. Maybe we should have a trio as ruling bodies. Well, we figure if Trump dies and the vice president dies, well, Pelosi will be president. Same way with the rest of that stuff. Yep. There's a lot of things in the world that you just can't bet on anymore. I think a lot of it is if we lose our individuality, let's say like North Korea, I mean, where you think another human being's a god. I mean, even special. No human being is more special than any other human being. God said he made them all individuals. That's why 2 identical twins' fingerprints don't match. They're an individual. And but society, like I said, it isn't good for some people just to be a ruler, or some people, they want to be a god. Even back in ancient Egypt, they wanted to reach god status. And I think that's the most dangerous thing you could do is when you can, not for the other people, but when you consider yourself a god. To find out you're human, just stand naked in front of a mirror, you ain't no god. Yeah, the wrinkles are there. You ain't much better than an animal. You got the same anatomy. You're just not a god. God's a spirit anyway. I think we should be kind and considerate to fellow man. Hello. You guys can read who's over there. I don't know what happened to my favorite people. These are all my favorites, but I'm saying I have some regulars. That was the word I'm looking for. My regulars, I guess they didn't show up. Well, the weather's turning bad. The COVID's getting worse. The elections are getting horrible. I think I'll make a great pie tomorrow, or a fruit cocktail upside down cake instead of pineapple upside down cake. You ain't tasted nothing till you use the fruit cocktail upside down cake. Now they're terrific. You make a caramel syrup and pour it in. Oh my God. No wonder I'm a diabetic. I made one year chocolate covered cherries. And I got the Marciano cherries and I rolled them in powdered sugar and dipped them in hot chocolate. And that melts the powdered sugar. But most chocolate covered cherries you get about the size of a quarter. These things are here was about the size of golf balls. One or two was plenty for you, let me tell you. I used to make coconut cookies and stuff. I could make that candy for them kids at Christmas and Halloween and everything for my own kids. I had my Aunt Belle that was the best candy maker I had, and I stayed with her quite a bit, so she taught me how to make all kinds of candies. No, I'm not never going to move off grid 100%. I'm moving up there to get away from the summer heat down here. And I'm going to get away from the winters from up there down here. But it is going to be off grid. I bought 30 acres and 10 acres in 3 different spots. I'm thinking about buying some in Colorado and Arizona, but they'll all be off grid because I don't need a whole bunch of extra bills. You know, an extra electric bill here. I've got 2 electric bills I pay and 2 water bills I pay, and I don't know how many land taxes. But I mean, you're talking about monthly bills and I'm not even there. I mean, you know, if I'm not there, I don't want to add another electric bill. That's why I'm just going to go off grid. Reading stuff here. I got to catch up. No, my aunt did not teach me to make Whoppers. I just buy them. I got a box of them put over there. Okay. No, you know what? Since you're going to be a butthead, I'm going to. No, I don't want to do that either. Let me try this. Put this. And there you go. There you go. Uh, People should watch what they're saying. To me, you got to be kind and considerate to others. And if you're not, then there's something lacking in your personality. Not mine. My flashlights. Some of my, I'm learning how to read these things. Yep, I hit him. I need me a monitor. Oh, looky there, what I did. I'm learning stuff on this phone. There you go. Well, wait a minute. Well, if there's trolls, I'm going to get rid of them. If they ain't, watch what you say. Because like I said, I debated a long time ago to be tolerant to people or not be tolerant to people. Since I don't monetize or take anything off of YouTube or don't mooch and beg, I have very little tolerance. You can guarantee that one. There you go. You know, a lot of people in the world are having problems with addictions. But when they decide to come clean, you got to give them give them credit. And when a person like said, that's like me when I was hiring people for a big company. If they had a record and got over a record, penitentiary, jail, or whatever, I always give them benefit of the doubt. Some people don't want some of these liberal people, they won't give nobody the benefit of the doubt. I can block any comments on the other side if I wish. I'm getting more people to watch. I need me a monitor person. That's what I need. I thought one of my there we go. Let's see, she's still here. How about that? Granny, are you still here, Granny? If you can be my monitor, I got to do that 40 thing challenge for you. Let me know if you're still here. If you don't mind being the monitor. Granny, you want to be a monitor for a while? Yeah, I'm going to do that 40 thing challenge. Yep. I think that's that guy in Arizona. Is that the one in Nevada, the guy that just came on and said hello? Is that the Nevada guy? I was up there and I was going to look him up and I didn't get a chance. I'm thinking about buying me a gold mine claim. It's got some gold mines on it, tunnels or what do you want to call them? Not that I want to hunt for gold. I just want a place to get out of in case of nuclear war. Go buy one of them things to get out of the nuclear war. Ain't no telling. Ow. This thing don't come apart. This guard door window. Yep, I enjoy watching a lot of people's channels. Then you get buttheads every once in a while. I wouldn't want to live a life. I'll be honest with you. I wouldn't want to live a life that all I had was to say hateful things to other people. And I think after a while, God just frowns on it too. He gives you the benefit of the doubt. Look at that strobing. And then the strobes. Found out about that flashlight. Yeah, I wouldn't want to live a life that you had no joy or whatever. You just got a sourpuss attitude. I'm glad my life was never that way. I like the idea of enjoying my life. because I do enjoy it, let me tell you. Too many channels to watch. Okay, that's good. There is a lot of channels to watch. I try to watch the small channels, to be honest with you. I like going to the small channels that are struggling and this, that, and the other, whether they monetize or not. But you start going to a channel that's got 300,000 people, yeah, you're really an individual on that channel. They probably hire people to read their comments, if they even read them at all. They probably hire somebody just go by and put a heart on each one of them. I at least read mine, and I do answer a lot of them. I like conversing with other people. It's enjoyable. Yeah, there's a lot of people that's in the world that are sad and confused and downtrodden or whatever. I mean, there's a lot of people that's disabled in the world. I wished I was still working. I quit when I was 72. I'd like to have been working today. That would have been more fun than anything. And come doing a camaraderie with other people. Sometimes you get too old, too crippled up. And since I got the onset of Alzheimer's, short-term memory gone, that's why I like to video everything. Now I can go back and look, see what I did that day. Like I said, we had a good time today. We went to 3 different stores, or 4, and then seen a person on Sunday get their car taken away from them. That was horrible enough. Other towns, they don't make no money arresting people because they have to pay. I found this out. If they don't have a jail in their town, they have to pay the neighboring town, which is usually the county seat, for arresting their criminals. So basically, they'd rather impound their cars or fine them, and that way that without being arrested. And then if they pay the fine, they don't have to pay jury duty. Oh, look here, I got a dog up there. He's up there. Look at him. Your ear's messed up, buddy boy. What's wrong with your ear? There it is. He's up there yawning. He's mad because I've got too much stuff in my lap, like my little laptop. You're gonna fall off the back of my chair. Go crash. No, like I said, when this election's over, the COVID's maybe dying next year, sometime maybe in the spring or something. I hope we don't have to do this all winter long. Wearing masks, this, that, and the other. I think I will still wear a mask in a lot of circles, this, that, and the other, because I'm getting up there, close to 90. And well, I'll be well soon, will be. But anyway, I'm getting up to where I'm not as healthy as I used to be. Yep. What is you guys' favorite thing to do in the summertime? Mine is usually staying out of the heat, but in the spring, I like to travel. Oh, I hope not. God, I hope not. 2022. I don't want to go out of this world wearing a mask. That's what I'm telling you. I don't want to go out of this world wearing a mask, but I'm going to wear one. Chris, we've got some new masks. He's got one that lid pops up, okay, so you can take a drink and then flop it back down. And then the other one blows air. It's like a respirator. It blows air on your face. Because I'll tell you what, now breathing in a mask cuts down on your air. I'm going to tell you that right now. Cuts on down your oxygen level. Thank you. I don't know about special. I'm old enough. Old age used to be respected. It ain't so much anymore. I will say some cultures, Spanish people, black people, American Indians, Chinese, Orientals, not so much the Caucasian race. They don't really respect the elderly like they should. But the elderly had to be doing something right. We got to this age. You think about it. We got this age. We got to this age. But like I said, masks. They make some good ones and then make some poor ones. You might as well not have nothing over your face. I think the little paper masks that you get at Walmart or something like that. I think that basically they're. Hello, Lucky Seven. I think some of the masks, like wearing a handkerchief or something, I don't think they protect you enough. Like they've got some cleaner air on airlines, they say, than there's in a lot of places. I've been looking at air travel. Now, if you knew somebody in, let's say, Las Vegas, and you can get up there and back for $100, because I think they got some $99 specials into Las Vegas and out. Now, I used to have an ex. No, it wasn't an ex, but he died, so he's still a sister-in-law. She's probably dead now. But that lived up there in Las Vegas. She's a school teacher, actually a principal of a high school is what she was. But anyway, if you had a place in the town where you could fly in, I doubt if he does. He's so sport rotten. That is a sport rotten little dog. Just laying there watching Daddy. I've got most people put their dogs in cages and travel with them. I usually just set them in the back, let them run and jump on the beds. They usually have their own bed in the floor. He's the only one to get up on the bed. Well, thank you, Marino. Granny said, "Give me a thumbs up." I actually muted my thumbs up, my thumbs down. Here I got 7 thumbs up. I'm doing good. Oh, I need to start doing more things people like to watch. Next time I travel, I'm gonna start pulling over the side of the road and showing you some funny things that I see along the way. We was up there on a piece of property up in the mountains, and there's 2 big elk came down. I mean, they were humongous. And Chris says, "Look, Dad, you got elk living on your property." I said, "Well, they're more than welcome." I don't believe in hunting that much. Now, if you had to hunt because you needed food for your family or cut down on your grocery bill or something like that, yes, I agree with that 100%. But just going out there and killing something for the horns, really? You need a set of horns? They make plastic ones, Your tail is bugging me, dude. I don't need no more trinkets. They're ornery. Them little dogs are sport rotten. Let's see. Let me get my camera. Let's see if I can get it over here. Pull this off. Let's see. I got one laying there. And there's probably one on the van. No, where is she? Boy's right down there, covered up in blanket. Right there. He's covered up. Big boy's laying there, and baby girl's probably around over there by that big TV that don't work because I don't know how to run the damn thing. Let me put my camera back. Ugh. Did you see that? Did you see that little guy? He said, I don't know about you, Paul. That is bad when you have to wear a mask at work. I mean, I feel so sorry for the Walmart people. And I was listening to them about raising the wages. One candidate was saying they need a minimum wage at $15 an hour, and then the other would not so much. But I think they do. They need hazardous pay. Like the nurses, doctors, lawyers, judges that have to sit in a classroom, teachers, anybody that's in close contact with anybody, in my opinion, needs to have hazardous pay. And yes, minimum wage should be $15 an hour. How in the hell are you going to make it on $6, $7 a damn hour? Yeah, they can't make it on that damn wages. Shit, Starbucks coffee costs you $8. Damn. Man, how the hell you couldn't even buy a damn Starbucks or a Dunkin' Donut? I bet if you do get used to this, it's still bad. They should, if you have to wear a mask at work, you should get hazardous pay. I don't give a damn. That's what I believe. Because there's a lot of jobs, but it's like that policeman that took that car away from them people. He didn't have a mask on. The wrecker people, the woman and man, didn't have a mask. The driver of the car, he didn't have a mask. The woman that had the dogs on one had a mask in that whole situation. Your tail is bugging me. He said, I don't care. Oh. She works in a middle school. That's a hard job. There's no way I'd work to be a school teacher. You couldn't pay me enough. And I don't want to be a cop either to have to wear a gun. Maybe you do. If you're a school teacher, you need to wear a gun. The school bus drivers, that's another. Dealing with children is worse dealing than with them little dogs. Oh, you woke him up. Yeah, but he said, Paul, don't poke at me no more. Well, they need to give hazardous pay. I'm saying they really do. They need to give hazardous pay. They need to find better ventilation, better, there's a lot of things they can do. I mean, if they make microfiber, we bought a mask the other day. It's got microfibers in it. It also has forced air in it and has a UV light for inhale air. So the inhale air is UV light. So that's supposed to kill the germs. And microfiber is supposed to catch all the particles. And what did I say? What was the other damn thing? Oh, it blows air so they won't sweat and get water around their mouth and get little sores, like that little sore right there. Everybody's getting little sores around their mouth from the moisture they're sucking in. So you can buy this on Amazon. Come on, computer. You should be able to furnish your employees with it. I think Walmart's the worst. No, they don't want to give hazardous. When I worked in a lab years ago, we supposed to wear all this PPEs and we hooked on outside ventilated air, hazard. We worked in complete hazmat suits where they had the vented hood and the air compressor system that, that you hooked up to and everything else. And you got a breach in your gloves or in your hazmat suit. You're isolated for so many days and all this other crap. A friend of mine worked at a petroleum plant. He was, in fact, got breached twice, and had to be scrubbed down from plutonium with like radiation uh, outbreak. So there you go. I think the funniest thing I ever seen in my life is watching animals trying to figure out humans. That's the funniest damn thing. You're thinking, well, they're animals, but yet they've already figured out their masters. They've already figured they're like this little booger. He knows what I tolerate, what I don't tolerate, and everything else. It's like a little kid. They'll figure out, he knows when he should go to bed and lie down. There's a baby girl, she's getting under her covers. If the temperature's getting cooler, but I've got the heat up, I guess. But anyway, like a little kid. They know what they bawl, they get your attention. The same way with these little dogs. They know what they can get away with. And the sad part, that sounds like politicians nowadays. Ain't none of them know how to tell the truth. Everybody got a conversation going. I like for watch them talk to one another. I gotta send down this house, I'll tell you that. I got way too much crap in it. I'm gonna throw all this furniture out, except for recliners. I'm gonna replace it with 4 or 5 good leather recliners. That's all I'm gonna do. Now, if you guys start that fighting, I'm gonna get up and get really irritated. Ori's up. Yeah, I see you, Ori. He's so old, his face is white. He's a black dog with white face because he's got so old. Poor little thing. I don't know what I'm going to do with that when he croaks the bucket. I'm not replacing any dog. If you die, that's it. I'll bury you in the cemetery, and that's all you're going to get. We looked at an RV today. This is going to the front of the laundry, I guess. But we didn't buy it. It was not. The guy was late getting there. He had a bad attitude. I don't know what his problem was. I thought, okay. And he didn't want to show it. I thought, okay, Chris, it's time to go. Granny's getting rid of people. Go, Granny. But we just didn't. He wants a special kind or whatever. He's thinking about putting a fifth wheel in the back of his truck because he's found a lot of fifth wheels he likes. So I said, okay. Good job, Granny. Don't take crap from nobody. Yep.
They changed it to major ice storm coming.
Major ice storm.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll
be.
I didn't know if you video.
Yep. I'm videoing. I can take my meds.
I knew you were doing it.
Yep.
I'll take a shower. Well, yeah, I just got it over the thing. Major ice storm coming to Oklahoma.
Wow. Well, you might sell them generators. Oh, God.
You know what? I might put one on there.
It wouldn't hurt.
No, I'm a champion 4500 generator. Enjoy your video.
I will.
I'm going to run start getting some house.
Go ahead before the ice storm gets here. You better buy 2 or 3 of them.
I'm going to an extra pack of cigarettes.
Okay.
Anything?
No, I don't need anything, son. I'm going to just take this peel from my bag. I'll shut this box. My back is killing me. I'm falling apart. I'm old. Let me see what the people said. Oh. Well, Granny, you're good to go. I'm not going to. She's been on YouTube. She's been around. She says you're in timeout. You're in time. No, kindness. There's another person. There we go. She's finally showed up. She probably had something busy to do. Chris is going to go get him a NOS and a pack of cigarettes. Wish he'd quit smoking. Now, the NOS is just an energy drink. I've not drunk water since 1963. I believe that. I worked at a water plant. I seen what's in it. I worked at a lab. I worked at a wastewater plant. Now I drink diet Dr. Pepper. I used to drink regular Dr. Pepper for years. I got to be a diabetic. Now I moved to diet. And I asked my doctor, he said, you put ice in it from distilled water. I said, yep. Well, not distilled water, but mountain spring water. I said, yes. But that carbonation kills all the enzymes and stuff, the bad stuff, the bugs. The ancient Egyptians used to drink beer because the water was polluted. Well, I drank pop because the water is polluted. And I got a degree in microbiology, so that should tell you something. That is sad. You have people at that age should not have to rely on others. And I am so blessed that I don't have to rely on other people. And there are some kind people out there. But I mean, I planned for a retirement that I could do what I wanted to. I have a couple of 3 retirements and a portfolio and whatever. But when a person at that age has to go to a food bank, I mean, thank God there is food banks. That means it's sad in society that they're not better taken care of. I mean, and kindness of people that's doing it for other people. Because I'm telling you, without Chris taking me here, there, and yonder, I probably wouldn't get out maybe once or twice a month. I mean, I get tired, especially if I had to drive and the roads are terrible and the people are terrible. I mean, they cut in front of you like, okay, they expect you to have a reflex of reaction of 20-year-old. Well, I don't. Mine's a little slower. I just run over you. I got better insurance. I mean, like that woman on that show, she took a Cadillac and run over that little Volkswagen. I got better insurance. Yeah. There's my little dogs. I do crazy about my dogs. I got look like my grandkids, my great grandkids. I ain't even seen my great grandkids in forever since this COVID started because they're liable to infect me. They're being taught at home. They tried that. They got these people went in on together and hired a school teacher to teach 6 or 8 families worth of kids, and they're all pitching in and paying for her salary. So that's what they decided to do. They said the time that every one of them paid their part, it's the same as regular education, free education. They still have to pay so much. So therefore, they decided to do it that way, which makes good sense. At least my great grandkids are not, they're not out in the public getting sicker. Well, God bless you for doing that, taking them and getting their meds and everything else. They should pay you extra. The state should come up and pay you for help taking care of the elderly. That's what I believe. My taxes should be paid for something. Chris, without Chris being here, I'd be a little like I'd probably go out maybe 3 times a month. Of course, I'm a prepper anyway. I got tons and tons of dried products. I could probably live 10 years without ever stepping out of the house. I just run out of pop. He always asks me, do I need anything? No, I don't need nothing. I got a freezer, a couple of freezers, 1, 2, 3 freezers full of meat and vegetables, and 2 refrigerators, and I actually got some mini fridges, but I don't count them, but 2 big refrigerators and all kinds of canned goods. I think we're down to the last 100 pounds of dog food. You hear that? You're down to your last 100 pounds. They could probably eat, I don't know, 6 months on that. Chihuahuas don't eat like most dogs. They don't just stuff themselves all the time, except Big Boy. And he'll wait for me to cook a pork chop or a roast so he can have his fair share of it. Did I tell you how I cooked my pork chops? I was lazy. So I peeled a bunch of potatoes and threw them in the crock pot. And then I took bell pepper, half of a bell pepper, and I took some red and yellow bell pepper, cut them up and throw them in there. And a small onion, about that big around, cut it and throw it in there. And I layered my pork chops between onions, peppers, all 4 of them. I put about a half a cup of water in there so that the potatoes wouldn't scorch. And then I left it on high about 3 or 4 hours, and it was all done soft. It just fell off the bone. Oh, and I use salt and pepper and a little dash. You know where I use that dash quite often. I put a teaspoon of dash in there and scattered it over each pork chop as I put it up. But I got to buy some more dash. You can use anything, any kind of season. But I thought, well, that'll be good. And it was good. It was delicious. I'm getting where I'd use a crock pot more and more. I get your tail. Or he's still over there eating. That's amazing for him to eat. But it really is. Yeah, I mean, to me, kindness goes a long ways. And whatever person's struggling through, thank God that you're not struggling through it too. You know what I'm saying? Alcoholic or a drug addict or an abusive relationship. Just thank God you're not struggling with the same affliction. That's my motto. Thank God that that you're not struggling with the same. Well, I'm down in Oklahoma and it's not too warm. Or is this the guy that's up in Nevada, or in Elko County? I think it is. I guess you left me. Well, thank you. I was up there about a month ago in Montello, or less than that, earlier this month. And I was going to look you up, and I'll get with you, and you'll have to give me. I bought some property behind Montello there, and then over by the railroad tracks. There's a woman up there called. I'll give you her first name. Her name is Raven. Do you happen to know Raven that lives in Elko? Not in Elko. She lives in Montello, outside of Montello. I love it up there in that high desert. I think it's beautiful. That's why I bought the property. Oh, I'm just old. What are we going to cook next week since we're going to be iced in with the 2 inches of snow? I could figure out a big heavy meal about every other day. I don't want to cook heavy meals every day, but I'll cook a meal every other day. Barbecue chicken sounds good to me. Yeah, it is very beautiful up there in around Montello. And they got Pikes Peak, I think is the name of it. Is it Pikes Peak? Or what is the name of that mountain? Pilot Peak. I'll get it right in a minute. It's Pilot Peak. I got a place up there by it too somewhere. Last time I was up there, the roads were bad and couldn't get all the way up there. But right behind Montello, up by the water towers in Montello, I'm not very few many lots away from that one. 10 acre, maybe 20 acres away from that one, where the water towers are. That's the place I'm going to put a shipping container. Pilot Peak, yeah. Shipping container. That's what I'm going to put up there. I got to find a place to get them. Say over in Salt Lake City. And get me a shipping container. That way I can lock it up. How far from Montello do you live, roughly? I extremely say the right word, roughly. Let's see, you live on the east side of the tracks or the west side of the tracks? The land is pretty reasonable up there. That's all I'm saying. It's beautiful property. It's isolated. It's a great place to be your own person. That's what I'm trying to say. Well, I should let it. Like I said, told some people they was having trouble finding BLM land to park on. I said, well, they can come up there and park on that all they want to, as long as they pick up their trash. I don't want to run a janitorial service. 10 miles from the crow fly. You live a little bit further out. You live on the probably on the well, I want to say the east side of the tracks. Yeah. Now, what I picked out was on the west side. I think I left my phone number on your channel once. It ain't. I'll put it back. Oh, he's going to go feed his puppy. Chris got back. Going to feed his puppy. That little chihuahua's rotten to the core. North of the tracks. Oh, I know exactly where that's at. Yeah, that's where you turn north there for a while, and that's where Raven lives, up there by the tracks. Or from quite a ways from the tracks, but she lives in a little bitty 88 Dodge, I think. Something like that. I mean, people need to get up there and look around. That is just a beautiful area. Well, thank you. I hope you saved it. One of these days you can give me a call. If you need it again, I'll give it to you again. My little dogs are rotten. You can get out. You can go up there and shoot a gun. You can be your own person. Yes, it's a big country. Beef and noodles with broccoli. Boy, that sounds good. I had some good steamed broccoli with in butter, steam it in butter, and dip it in cheese. Yeah, like a fondue. Well, thank you. We'll get together next time I'm up that way. I'll put it on the channel when we're leaving. Probably spring. The winters are going to be pretty rough up there, I heard. Oh, home cooked chicken and dumplings. I like to make my own dumplings. Now, some people take biscuits, them old canned biscuits, and make their dumplings. No, I like homemade dumplings. And I like homemade noodles, too. Yeah. Yeah, I heard it's going to be pretty cold up there. Might be a floody year. Might have a great snowfall up there in Nevada and a fast, quick fall and be like it flooded one time up there in Montello. Just flooded everywhere. Dog, you're getting your tail on me. Like I said, who knows nowadays? I like the idea that you're isolated, it's quiet. I like to paint the mountains, keep myself busy. It is very lovely. A lot of people are finding these out of way places. I started to buy some land in Arizona. The person told me it was going to be 113 to 120 this summer, and last year it was 113. I said, no, thank you. I can't stand that. Not that hot. 100 degrees, I'm ready for an air conditioner. Or go to a motel. I'm getting older by the minute. I just can't stand that heat. And the cold, I don't mind too bad because you can always bundle up or turn on a stove or something. But air conditioner, you're sort of trapped inside. I mean, that's all you can do. Now, when it's too cold, you can bundle up or go right, you know. They have some pretty cold snowfalls and cold temperatures up in northern Nevada, southern Idaho. It would be western Utah. But I mean, you got so much potential. We went up there. We went over to Twin Falls, Idaho, and it was we was headed to Yellowstone, and the smoke got bad. I don't. Anybody stayed up there during all the fires that they had in Colorado, Idaho, everywhere. There was fires everywhere. California, Oregon. The smoke was terrible. I couldn't stay. I couldn't breathe. I stayed about an hour and a half on the property and decided to head out. We were headed north, thought we'd outrun the smoke. Nope, it followed us. And then we was over in the convention. The vice president convention was over in Salt Lake City. And I didn't know it was going to be the night we stayed there. And it was. They was honking and couldn't sleep. It was terrible. We left there early, about 6 o'clock one morning. Got in there about, I don't know, 10 o'clock. So we couldn't sleep. I said, we might as well get on the road and get away from this mess. So that's what we did. But like I said, you'd be surprised what, like I said, the places you can find. My daughter lives in Colorado, and she has found me a gold mine that you can, I guess, you buy the mineral rights for forever, and that way you can camp on it and whatever. It's 40 acres, got creeks and streams, and 3 mines on it, down in the ground type stuff. Thought, well, that wouldn't be a bad place to buy. It was like, it wasn't much, 4,500 or something like that for 40 acres. The mineral rights is what you're buying. And I wouldn't care if I found gold, but like I said, it'd be a place to run to in case of nuclear bomb. It's all out of California. I knew it was coming from somewhere. Man, it was bad up there. I couldn't breathe. I mean, I talked to Raven. She said it'd been bad for a couple of weeks. And I said, well, I'm going to have to head back towards, we headed north to get away from it. I think it went north. We should have, and then we headed south. But we didn't get out of it till we was about middle ways out of Colorado. Yeah. We were almost into Oklahoma because we was going through the panhandle before we ever got out of the smoke. I'm telling you. I had to wear a respirator and everything else. The fires have sound bad. And they are. A lot of people's lost their homes. I mean, the Bureau of Land Management, they can't take care of the national forest. There's too much of it. There's BLM land all over the United States. And out west are the national forest, BLM. I mean, you can't be responsible for everything. Well, that's good. I gotta find it where that's at. They got a claim right there close to, it's over by Oasis, out by, what is it, 84 Highway. It's on the way to Wendover. There's a big gold mine up there on the side of the mountain. They say there's gold all over that property up there. Yeah, they filled in a lot of tunnels by the BLM. Had filled. People get down in there and then they cave in, acting silly, and they knock the timbers out and cave themselves in. But I got to get, like I said, I got to get around and do a lot of things next spring. I bought me 37 panels, solar panels. I want a shipping container. I'm thinking about taking my bus or an RV up there. So, there's all kinds of potential up there. I want to stay at least about 3 to 6 months out of the year, depending on how the weather treats me. The real cold, harsh winters, I don't want to be up there, but I figure from April to October, I can stay up there. Is that what they call it? Okay. Long Canyon. They got a lot of claims up in there and a lot of historical ghost towns and everything else. It's just a quiet, out of the way type place. I knew you come from Australia. I was offered a job back in 52, maybe 53, working in Melbourne, Australia. It's a big town in Australia, not Sydney, but Melbourne, Australia. They had just come into and putting up a desalination plant to take salt water and make it into fresh water. And since I worked in a lab, I was offered a job there. I wanted to go in 53. I think 52 or 53. Can't remember. But I really wanted to go there. And that's probably where I would have stayed. Living in Australia. My kids would have been barned over there. Instead, they were barned here in Oklahoma where her people, they fled Austria, came to America. Everybody migrates one way or the other. They got a lot of working claims up there. I don't know what you'd have to do to. I know you can buy the land rights, the mineral rights, and you can keep other claim people from jumping your claim. I don't know how much you got to do to. I guess you take your mineral rocks in, have it survey or mineral, whatever. Geologists look at it or whatever. I don't care less if I found any gold or not. I just like the land. Yeah. I don't want to go up there and work. I got a metal detector. I'll run it over the ground, see if there's any gold in it. I got 2 or 3 of them. It better be laying on top of the ground because I ain't digging for it. A lot of people, it's hard on a lot of people nowadays. Like I said, I've been fortunate. Of course, I worked almost all my life. Started working, picking cotton when I was about 10 years old and quit working in a lab when I was 72. So now I'm all by myself. My wife passed away. She was the one to spend that money. She gave it to her kids. Our kids, I always say her kids, but that was ours. She always gave it to the kids. Like I said, nowadays it's just me and Chris. He's been staying with me for 5 years. And before that, my daughter stayed with me for about 5 years. I think they're all taking turns taking care of me. I get around pretty good for 89. I'll tell everybody that. I get around good. That dog is really good. He's a lazy baby. He's the one that sleeps with me. He wants me to go to bed so he can cuddle up next to me. Yeah, I get around pretty dang good, I think. I still drive, still got my own driving license. I still take my own medicines. I take care of myself good. I take my vitamins and everything. I do pretty good. I saved. My wife was a Austrian Jew. She saved the first nickel she ever had, and she saved my money for me. We invested it. I tell you, if you want to be well off, and you got to start this when you're 20 years old. But if you want to make sure you've got it the rest of your life. Now, my Jewish father-in-law, gonna hit my leg. He told me how to invest. You got to invest a third in real estate, a third in stocks and bonds, 401ks, whatever, and a third in what he called ready cash or ready money, so you can buy and sell. And he said, if you keep that motto, you'll always be pretty well, financially stable is what he called it. And I followed that method. I followed that method of being financially stable. Yeah, I'm old. You're about the same age as my son is, but yeah, I'm really old. If my son moves in this big house, I got a 3,000 square foot house, 2,890 some odd square feet. I call it 3,000 square feet. He cannot move and come towards the kitchen because my big front room is 36 by 36 feet. If he comes by that front room, boy, they all want to raise hell. He's all right. He belongs to the house. Yeah, you can't sneak up on me. They ain't gonna let you. Yeah, I'm old. I'm really old. I wished I was 39. I'm gonna tell people I'm 39. When do I get away with it? Now, I'll tell you what, I was up there in Carolinas. I think it was South Carolina. I got friends in South Carolina. I don't know why she ain't on here, but I went there 3 times last year. My son pulled up on his phone on Google how many miles and how many cities. And we went 2/3 from last year, 2/3 around the world. We was in South Carolina 3 times, North Dakota twice, Texas 3 or 4 times, California, we went to Montello 3 times, 3 or 4 times. Let's see, Idaho, we went, and then, God, we went everywhere. Utah, we got friends in Utah we go see. He's got friends there. He goes sees a former person he used to work with, and we stayed there a day or so. I mean, it's nice to have people and friends. Like I said, the one in South Carolina. Got a friends in Tennessee. I've been there 2 or 3 times. We was going to go take my sister and go dig for diamonds in Arkansas. But the weather turned bad, and she's older than I am. She's like 92 she's 92. Yeah. So we have to watch getting cold and chilled. She goes bowling every Monday with her friends. They all wear masks. So she's 92. Yep. Ain't no sense just laying around waiting for God to take you, waiting on God. I ain't got time to wait on God. But you can dig for diamonds in Arkansas. You pay $20 and you get to fill up 2 pails of things you think are good, basically. Stones, rocks, whatever. Then you take it to the station and they separate it, show you some of it's quartz, some of it's, they even got emeralds there and gems, some few kinds of gems like amethyst and so on and so forth, and been diamonds. At the largest diamond there was a little girl found it. It was like $14 million diamond after it was cut and everything. But they'll show you what coins the gems you found. I thought that would be fun. Well, everybody needs to get out and try to fulfill their bucket list. I don't have one. I just do any damn thing I want to. But if you got something you really, really think a lot of, uh, you should get out and do it. Since my wife, I stayed working till I was 72. Well, she got sick, so I retired. Now she was bedfast for 2.5 years, but she was in a wheelchair for 14, I think 12 or 14 years. So I retired to take care of her, and then ended up later on getting sick in 2007 with cancer of my own. But I mainly, like I said, and then she passed, and I said, hell, my kids are grown. They don't need my help, really. And like I said, I've helped my grandkids, my kids get through college, my grandkids get through college. And I said, hell, I'm just going to start, living my own damn life. Hey, there's living on the half shell. How you doing? Well, it's going to get a little cold around here. I thought I'd put a live chat up. That I'm going to make a monitor out of you. But like I said, it's usually you get a few trolls or whatever that bugs you every 15, 20 seconds. And I like to make a few monitors on the way. And man. Yeah, it's time to work on a bucket list. Come on. Half of us are retired or disabled and retired, but that don't mean my hips, I need surgery on both of them. I've got a bad back from probably picking cotton when I was 10 years old, but there's a lot we can do, and there's a lot we can do by our budget. Let's say if you can't go to Zales and buy something, but you can go to your thrift store or garage sale. And I'd rather go to a thrift store and garage sale, even though I can buy at Macy's or something. I like to see what other people decided they didn't want no more. That's my, and what can I do with that? Sometimes I buy things that I don't even use them for the same thing that I bought them for. Yeah. They've got it. Elephants. Elephant. I used to know a kid that his last name was Elephant. It was French. She'll tell you this, hang in there. Like I said, we should all try to do at least one thing a year that we really desire to do. I don't care what it is. If it's singing a song and getting it published, they've got places that you can go get a book published. It might cost you $85, $90, or $300, or you can get a song cut on a DVD or whatever. I mean, if that's what you really want. I mean, one time a year, try to treat yourself, and then take the other 364 days to working up to it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, now we don't want to get crazy like, oh, I want to get married again. Oh, no, that ain't going to never happen. Nope. I got friends, but I don't want to be married again. I would consider that cheating. Yes, I mean, they've got all kinds of organizations that like Make a Wish or whatever. I think a lot of times, I mean, I'd love to be 22 again, but I know that ain't going to happen. But what did I do at 22? Kayaking. I bought me a kayak. I bought one a couple of years ago, and I went kayaking. I stayed away from the white water. I'm a little too old to be traveling down the white water. Well, I'll get with you up there in Montello when I come next time, and my son drives me. So yeah, we'll stop and say hi, and maybe I'll ask you the question: where do we get a shipping container up there? Because that's what I'm really wanting to get. You have a great night, and thank you for stopping by. Give me a call sometime. Uh, that's right, Granny. Who's going to take their place? I was married to her like 70 years or so, or more. Who's going to take them 70 years back? I mean, she was the greatest person in the world? No, she's human just like anybody else, but we fit. We fit together. The point about it is, you'll never grab your youth again. And I wouldn't want to cheat anybody on a romance that, when we get a certain age, do we need romance in our life? Not really. I'd rather have a good friendship than romance. Yeah, that's the way I look at that. But like I said, no, there's a lot of things in your lives. And do you want to change anything? You might as well say no, because you ain't never going to get to change. If you want to change something, change it now. You can't change the past. It's already sealed in blood. So you can change the future, but you can't change it. Well, everybody want to know if there's anything in your life you would want to change. No, because whatever happened in my life, good or bad, it may be the person I am today. I don't have amen, living on half shell. I ain't got the time for that. Got the time for, I think, friendship, good friendship, a good sound person that really cares what you think and talks. That's a lot better sometimes than, feeling a animalistic deed or something. I don't know how else to put it. I think people need people that's good people, good-hearted people. We've all got our ailments. Some people are a lot of them are disabled. A lot of them are retired. There's a lot of young people. But they need to go with you and be with young people. That's like I said, there's always something wrong if you get a 30-year-old wanting to be around a 12-year-old. There's something wrong there. To me, it's hard to talk to people younger than 50. I'll be honest with you. It's really hard to talk to them. You're younger than 50 years old. I can remember legs. But yeah, it gets hard because they're not on the same plane you are. You're like, okay, my son he'll go here, there, and yonder. And he, like I said, were you going to go with me and look at that trailer? Yeah, I'll go look. Knowing that he probably ain't the one he wants. Or, do you want to stop at Cabela's? Oh, yeah, I can stop at Cabela. I need some more bullets. There's a Smith & Wesson 44. Yeah, that I want. And they wasn't in. So there you go. I've got a fantastic sniper rifle. It ain't AK-47 or AR-15. It's a sniper rifle. Shoots a 50 caliber bullet about as long as your finger. Shoots up to 2 miles. Accurately. So there you go. Yeah, I got good guns. I don't show guns on my channel. I'll show bullets. I'll show you the case it come in. But I ain't showing you a gun. I think some people, to me, I think people should own as many guns as they want. Gun don't kill nobody. It's a door prop, nothing else, or a paperweight. It's people that harm people. Yes, every gun should be secured, this, that, and the other, blah, 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 blah. But I don't mind my neighbor having 5,000 of them, but that's what they want. But I believe that he's got to be responsible for them. Yes, and they probably should be registered, so on and so forth. I am a conservative to a certain, I'm and a liberal to a certain point. Yes, but conservative, like I said, due to the Constitution, ain't nobody going to take your guns away from you. And that's a farce. Ain't nobody going to take Social Security away from you. Talk about a rebellion. Every country has got some type of pension for the elderly. Canada's got it. She can testify to that. I know they got a pension for the elderly in a lot of foreign countries do. France, Germany, Costa Rica does. A lot of now South American countries, the elderly lives with the young people, but they have some type of pension. Might not be much. Yeah, not a retirement like a state retirement or a federal retirement. It'll help you get by. It's not great, but you can make it on. Now, your whole life was working up to your retirement. That's what I tried to tell people. I invested here and invested there and took another job on when I could have retired and got a couple of pensions from another place or two, plus my Social Security, time you get a military and all that. I wanted to quit work a long time before 72. I just couldn't afford it. I hate to say that. I couldn't afford it. My wife was deathly ill. We had to have good insurance. She had Social Security, but we had to have independent Social Security. She would have never got the care she needed. I believe on Medicare. I don't believe so. And then feel sorry for the people that's on Medicaid like a state one. They'd probably even get less. It's hard on people. And yes, I believe in socialized medicine. I would have voted for Bernie Sanders. I believe every country's citizen deserves for that country to have the medical care for that individual. They worked their whole life for that country. See what I'm saying? Raise a tax or two, or tax the international exchange, or whatever you got to do, but give them free medical, And that goes with dental and everything. I'm looking straight at you, people. You should vote for free medical in America, because come on, and you should also have on top of that independent insurance. That if I want more than free medical, I pay for independent. That's like I do. I've got federal insurance through Social Security and the military, and I pay another independent insurance for me. Like Blue Cross and Blue Shields, AARP, something besides, just the two. Get me to preaching and going again. Yeah, I believe in socialized medicine. I believe American citizens should have the right to be taken care of. That's like education. I believe education should be free, but I think colleges should be too. If they've got enough smarts, aptitude, smarts, what are you going to call it? I call it smarts. Aptitude. I think they should. If they can make the grades, they should have free education. Look how many brains that you've lost, and inventions you lost, and this thrive in science that we've lost due to the brains that was not educated because they ain't got no money. I don't want to educate them. I believe in education. I believe it ain't never too late to go back to school. I took for years to get my doctorate. I took about 25, 30 years to get mine. Yeah. I just couldn't afford it. I had to go back to work, make some more money. Yep. Socialized medicine is a good deal if it's done properly. Now, I think you should have extra insurance if you want a facelift, a tummy tuck, or whatever like that. It's called non-necessary medical. You know what I'm saying? You know, if you want wrinkles taken out of your butt, then you might as well pay for it. But if you need like the folds in your eyes, is because it's too many wrinkles if we can't see it. Go ahead. But I think then then that should be fall under medical. That's the way I look at it. Yeah, it should be on your dime. I mean, I'm just saying. You got to be fair with people, okay? I don't believe some surgeries are necessary. Some surgeries are. Appendicitis attack. Yeah, take the appendix out. Or do I need a sex change? No, you don't really need one. Something like that. I mean, if that's their goal, they want to have one of them, then they could save every penny they got, get it done. But I think that some medical, like premature births and stuff like that, uh, you know, I don't know where abortion would fall under uh, basically necessary surgery. I think now abortion under certain circumstances, you know, where it's going to save the mother's life or something like that. I'm not God. I can't tell you what you should believe in and what you should do for yourselves. I can only answer for what I believe in. See, that's what people are wrong. I want everybody to believe like me. No, the world would be a boring ass place. If you can live with an abortion and you think you need one and you can live with it, then it's you that has to go through it and stand in judgment of it. Don't look for me to make decisions for you, because I don't think I'll ever have to have an abortion. Plain and simple. Don't think that'll ever happen to me. It ain't so far. Oh, Lord, help me. Yeah, I mean, people's got to be kind and considerate to one another. And YouTube is the worst. You get some people up there that are trolls or derelicts or whatever, and all they want to do is attack other people. They don't like their lifestyle. They don't like their point of view. They don't like them, period. They don't even know these people. But yet they have something smart to say. And I would think, man, if my life was that damn bad, that's bad. I told a kid one time, he was working for me basically in a lab, and he bitched and he complained and he bitched and he complained. And it was just over and over and over. And he would say, oh, I wish I was dead. I said, let me tell you something. You need to change your attitude. Because I'm going to tell you something. You're 20 some odd years old. He was just an assistant. I said, you got a lifetime. You got 60, 70 years of work ahead of you. Yeah. He even hated to comb his hair. He was so lazy, so slothful, like the sloth. He didn't want to do nothing. And I said, if your life is that horrible, you got 50, 60, 70 years ahead of your work, I think I'd just shoot my damn self or change my damn attitude. And guess what? He changed his attitude. And then he started enjoying life. He had already made up his mind that life was horrible. It was a drudgery. It was unbearable. And yes, it was for him, because he chose to make it that way. Oh, I got to go over to my folks' house tonight and eat. It's Friday night at their house. I said, how many years you been going there? Like 20 some odd, or, for 23 years or whatever since he's been born. The last time, he's been on his own for 6 or 7. So he's been since he was 18, 19, 20, till whatever it is, 7 or 8 years. But it's every Friday at their house. Well, tell him one time, I ain't coming. You know what I'm saying? If it's that bad, I'm sure they really enjoy you sitting there going, oh, no, if it's that bad, don't go. You know, hello. Yes, I mean, to me, if you need unnecessary surgeries, then you should pay for it. But if you need medical surgery to save your life or to prevent an illness, cleft palate, or something that you was born with, yes, of course. You know, I'm not saying I'm not unhuman. Butter beans, I guess I can barely see. Yep. I mean, you got to work on yourself, people. And I'm telling you, as an old man that's lived his life, 90 years old, will be in August, uh, and I've had a good life. I'm not, and never say life is precious. And, well, he had a good life. You know, it's time for him to die. No, I've had a good life, and I intend to have a longer life. But you got to make that for yourself. Like I told my wife one time, it's not up to me to make you happy. It's up to you to make yourself happy and put it in a situation so we can have a better life together. You see what I'm saying? Because if you're waiting for somebody else to make you happy, you're going to be sadly disappointed. Like I told her, I said, Kathy, that was her name. I called her Luigi. But anyway, Kathy, I said, she hated that because she hated whatever damn Italian mafia, what was he damn Mussolini. Anyway, I said, it's up to you to make your own self happy. I'm here to share your life with you, not make your life. Yeah. A lot of people get married, they think it's their mate's job to make them alive. No, it's you're married so you can share a life. They're called a helpmate. I'm their helpmate and they're my helpmate. But if you don't make yourself happy, you're going to end up being in somebody's basement crying and whining, and everybody's trying to say something. You're going to make a trolling remark. You know what I'm saying? Nah. Oh, you know what? I made my kids there at the last one before they got. I made them make something for whoever they're giving a present to. Like, make me something. Give me something special. Hell, I can go to a damn department store and buy me a tie or a pair of socks. you know, make me something. Go somewhere where you think I'm what I really need or really want. You know, if you get to know me, you'll find out what I like. They don't have to be expensive. You know, hell, if it's expensive, I can buy that shit myself. I like you to make me something. My wife, the best present I ever got from my wife was a letter one year explaining why she was glad she married me and shared my life with me. Now, that was the best present you could ever get from somebody. You know, she could have bought me a new car. She could have bought me a boat, a house, or a place in go hunting, a hunting lodge. I mean, we had the money. With that letter that she took with a number 2 pencil, not even an ink pen, I don't know whatever happened to it. I had it laminated and put it in the back of a frame. But that letter explaining why she was so happy and so glad that we got together and shared our lives together. And explaining the whole 9 yards. That was a hell of a present. See what I'm saying? It don't take inexpensive. It can be inexpensive. It means more to you than treasures. Hell, them damn things. I gave all the kids the coin collections. I gave them the damn gold rings and jewelry and shit that I didn't need. I mean, hell, I like simple things. You know, to me, if you make me a Christmas card, if you made it, it's better than buying the damn gold trim one that you buy at, some high dollar department store. Yeah, just fold up a piece of construction paper and write on it and draw a picture on it. It's something from the heart. And then go back and read some comments. Get me to preaching already. Yeah, I love to visit family and friends and enjoy one another. This COVID sort of put us on the back burner. Don't like that too much. But like I said, it's going into my golden years, I call them, that I can't even see and shake people's hands and pat them on the back. I mean, come on. Drive me up a damn tree. Oh, I love my grandbabies. Ugh. I helped that last grandbaby get through college. She didn't have the money to swing it herself. Her mama was busy through a divorce, and her daddy wasn't going to do a damn thing. He said he wasn't. He sure shit didn't. I made sure she had books and a microwave and computers and every damn thing else she needed. As long as she stayed her ass in school. She graduated. She's was going to be a school teacher, but they don't pay nothing. Now she is a editor for a magazine. That's what she does for a living. The other one's a lab person, works in a lab tech, works for a doctor. Sort of following my deal. I work for a hospital. Yeah, we got to help each other in life. I mean, and it don't take money. It's just sometimes you can tell a friend, hey, cheer up. You're going through hell right now. Like that song, don't slow down and take it as forever. Keep going. You'll get through it. 4 or 5 days, 6 months, maybe at the longest. Probably 2 or 3 days. Weather will change and you'll be through hell and up on the upside, climbing out of it. And sometimes you need that encouragement. Yeah, I miss grandbabies. Can't see them anymore because of the Cobra crap. You got to go back to work. I have to get back to work. So you're working now, huh? I hope it's just arts and crafts, something you like to do. Leave here. You guys have a great day, so pick one another up, cheer one another up, enjoy each other's lives together. That's what I like to do. So she's writing. She does make some beautiful journals and grimoires and other books. I used to do that a lot, but I got where I just got lazy, I guess. I don't even paint anymore. I don't do crap and nothing but travel around and buy crap. Getting tired of that too. Like I said, I'm glad the ice storm's coming. Not that it, God forbid, hurts anybody, but I don't have to get out in it now. I got an excuse. Oh, it's ice outside. I'll fall. I ain't going outside. I'll stay in the house for a couple, 3 days. That's what I figure. I'll just stay in the house a couple, 3 days. Yeah, I got to get back to painting. I like landscape painting. I've been painting a few portraits every once in a while. Everybody said, well, like I said, I like paintings and still lives pretty good. Sceneries. Good night. You have a great one. Tell everybody I said hi. I don't know. It's already, what is it, 9 o'clock or so? I'll probably 9:10, 9:15, 9:20. I'll probably get off here. No, but like I said, my advice to the human race is quit procrastinating. Quit putting stuff off. Oh, I'll do that tomorrow. No, do it today. You know, it's like washing dishes. Oh, I'll get them in the morning. No, just think if you get them damn things tonight, you won't have to worry about them in the morning. I got to wash a bunch of them too because I cook. I seem like I dirty up every dish in the house when I cook. But good night, life on the house shell. Yes, life is always what you make it, not what somebody else inflicts upon you. It's what you make it, even through their afflictions, inflicting their attitude or their point of view on you. No, it's what you make out of it. Like I said, a president, they come and go. Prime ministers, they come and go. Even queens and kings, they come and go. But you're here to endure whatever else is afflicted on you and how you deal with it. If you'll take everything with a grain of salt and smile, and people can't get under your skin. That's like, okay, this president has 4 years. That's usually an example. And if he gets another 4 years, where he's a good or bad president, we still have to endure his policies, or the Senate's policies, or the Supreme Court policies. But is it going to change you as a human being? No. You're still a human being. Well, this has got a mess coming. I got getting tired of sitting here. There we go. Yeah, just, she's washing dishes and clothes as we speak. Well, that's a good, but come and wash mine. I had a maid at one time. Here lately, I've been gone so much. She's doing other things. And no, I didn't have a government maid. I had to pay her myself. They say that they'll give me somebody to help me. That'd be a job for somebody. I just give them a key to the house, clean it your own discretion. And hell, my daughter said, "Well, if they steal you blind," I said, "Honey, I wouldn't even miss whatever they'd take." That's what I told my wife one time. We had a person that come in and help me with her, and she would say, "Look at her, she's stealing." I said, "Kathy, just because you don't want her in the house, don't mean she's stealing." And I said, "We got so much shit. If she stole something, that's a blessing." Hell, I've got, I don't know, 4 different silverware sets in the kitchen alone. I think there's 4 of them in there. 1, 2, 3. There's 4 of them. Yeah, and one of them is pure silver, and it's in a box like most silver is. I said, "Hell, the one I use is the cheapest ones. I got a stone ivory set. It's expensive. Then I got a damn bone set. It's a teak wood, I think, set or whatever. And then I got an old stainless steel set. That's what I use. That way, if I lose one, I ain't gonna worry about it. Just buy some more and throw them in there." Yeah, but all 4 drawers, it's got different sets of silverware in it. I mean, forks, spoons, knives. Yeah, I could set a tea service up ready for the queen. Instead, I eat plastic forks and spoons and throw them in the trash. Don't have to wash them. In fact, that's a smart idea. Buy me some more plastic silverware so I don't have to use stuff I have to wash. Paper plates and plastic silverwares and Dixie cups. Look out, Chris. We'll never wash a dish again. Well, I've had a good time talking to people and enjoying myself. And I might do this more often. If you guys like me to do this more often, let me know. Because I could talk for 3 or 4 days. I used to give seminars when I was younger about different subjects, about diseases, climate control, and we talk about climate control labs. Not the world's climate. Hell, I don't think nobody's going to do any damn thing about that. Say cleaning at your own discretion. I was hearing either at your uh, I think everybody should be responsible for their own lives and their own decisions. I think if you make a bad decision, yes. I don't know where I'd vote so much on early release or whatever. I think one thing, and I do believe they're supposed to vote on that early release. I do believe on this. I do believe if it's drugs or something like that, yes, I think they should go to rehab instead of prisons. I think they should be held responsible for what they did, financially, this, that, the other. But I think they also should be rehabilitated. Now, a rapist or something, they got somebody to serve all of his damn time. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you've got legalized prostitution in a whole bunch of different countries. You've got legalized prostitution in Nevada, and yet you go rape somebody. That don't make no damn sense. And there's a lot of people, women and men, that want relationships. So, I mean, if you want a relationship, then that other stuff, a hell of sick shit. Sick shit. Make you serve all of his damn time or all of her time. That's my motto. Put them in jail and forget about it. But I believe arrested for marijuana or something like that. Yeah, they should. If it's a drug problem, then they need to be rehabilitated. If it's not, it's like an alcoholic. I think it's mandatory. So, we'll just take the driving license away from them. Okay, that's fine, but you didn't help them cure alcoholism. You know what I'm saying? You really didn't help them. You just made it harder for them to get to work, basically, and they need to work so they can pay you. And all the other crap. Therefore, as crimes against other humans, whatever, yeah, don't let them out. I don't believe in capital punishment. I don't think a dead person learns a damn thing. What the hell can a dead person learn? Not nothing. Their suffering's over with. I had a judge one time said, "Ooh, I don't want you head of correction." Nope. I believe everybody in the prison should give blood, unless they're disease ridden and can't. I believe if they're in there for life, they skin grass. Don't hurt them to give a kidney. You know, I think everybody in there for 6 months should give bone marrow. Bone marrow and blood don't hurt them, and it does help a lot of people. Well, you have a great one. We'll talk to you later. I'm about to head out too. I've got to do my dishwashing, and it's a little after 9 here in Oklahoma. But be proud of what you accomplish in life. I've heard people, well, I didn't accomplish nothing. Yeah, you did. You probably had 2 or 3 kids, and they're grown. You had a husband or a wife, and they were well taken care of to your best of your ability. Even if you was divorced, this, that, and the other, you accomplished a lot. You decided, well, even if it was divorced or a widower, in a divorce situation, said, well, I stood up for myself and I got out from underneath it. In a widower or whatever, well, I gave them a good life as long as they was alive. I mean, be proud of every aspect of your life, because there's always something that other people are going through that, thank God, you didn't have to go through it. That's a better way to say it. I like beans. Cornbread, ham, and beans. I like cornbread made from scratch. Put extra egg in it. And I always throw a little baking powders in it and a little dash of soda. Gives it that tang. And then I like to make Mexican cornbread. Throw some peppers in it. I take that. I'll tell you what I do. I buy that chunky pecani sauce that's chunky. I drain the juice out of it through a cheesecloth. It leaves all the little chunks. And then I take all the little chunks and mix it up in cornbread and then bake it. And I call that Mexican cornbread. A lot of people, I make Mexican cornbread. I put 25 jalapeno peppers. Well, it's damn hot. You can, or the habanero pot. It's too damn hot to eat. I like a flavor, not I don't want to be on fire. If it's too damn hot, I can't eat it anyway. Yeah, I should have a cooking channel. If I had some more people that would eat it, I'd cook all the time. I got so much shit now that I need to clean the refrigerator out. Things my dad, it's too hot. A good Mexican food. I know how to make a good Mexican food. I had a friend named John Dominguez, Carmelita Dominguez. They were fantastic cooks, and their mother, his mother was a fantastic cook. She came from Mexico. She had a hacienda. We was going to go down there once. What they do is you fly into Mexico City. There, she probably dead now, but anyway, he is too. No, she is. He's still alive. But you fly into Mexico City, and then they had a private little plane that flew to their hacienda, which was thousands and thousands of acres of a ranch. Had a big high wall around it with guards that walked around it. That's back down there where they had. But that's where they lived. I mean, he came to America, didn't need citizenship. Hell, his mom and daddy was rich. I call rich. They were rich. They had their own planes and their own hacienda, which I don't know, it was 100,000 acres or something like that. You traveled in it for 2 days before you got there. But you had to fly in there because the banditos were bad on the way down towards southern Mexico. I guess, yeah, southern Mexico. You guys, I'm going to go. And Granny, look out for my 40 answers on your questionnaire. I'll get to that in a day or two. And I don't know the 6 people you want me to name. I got a few of them. So I'm going to let you guys go. Have a great day. And remember, be kind to one another. And don't judge them by their finances. Don't judge them by the religious aspect. And God forbid to judge them over their political status, where they want to be Democrat, Republican, Independent, or Socialist, or whatever. Take everybody as an individual. Some questions you should not even ask. Like what political status they want to be called, Democrat, Republican, whatever. Or what religion they're, Catholic, Methodist, Protestant, or whatever. Some questions you shouldn't even ask. Are they a kind, considerate person? Are they good to one another? Are they good to their children and their wives? Are they nice and polite to you? That's the questions you should ask. And be proud of, But other questions, it's just like, it's really none of your business. And another thing, if they're arguing with their wife or their husband, that's their business. It ain't yours. Don't get involved in marital affairs between husband and wife. Tells you that in the book. Leave it alone. Granny, have a great one. You take care. And everybody, thank you for stopping by. Subscribe if you like. Hit the bell. Do your thing. Make a comment. Whatever. And like I said, on this, when I talk, I'm not the one to be prejudiced to anybody. I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. I think like a lot of times is the key word is be kind and considerate. Because I think we're losing that in life. It's everybody's they're so busy, they're full of their own agenda, their own lives. They can't just slow down and be kind to another human being. Tell them thank you, Tell them it's like, a lot of times people don't even open their doors for their wives or hold the door open or anything else, even going into a business. They'll just open it up, let it fall right back. And you're trying to get, be kind to them. Hold the door open for a person. Let them go ahead, be kind, considerate, and respectful. They don't do that anymore. You guys take care. Have a great day. And remember, It's up to you what situation you're in. You can change anything. You guys take care. Have a great